We begin tonight with KCRA 3 weather. A storm our meteorologists have been forecasting is moving into Northern California. It's bringing rain and wind to the valley. So we want to show you a live look at the conditions. This is in Midtown Sacramento right now. Rain has already been falling tonight and more is on the way. Thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Andrea Flores.
I'm Golston Dart. Tomorrow is a weather alert day as we're expecting a stormy day with rain, wind and snow in the Sierra. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Andres Valle checking the conditions for us. He's in the Sierra. And then Carolina Estrada here in the valley monitoring the rain conditions. First, though, let's bring in meteorologist Heather Waldman. Heather, you've been tracking this storm that's expected to bring stronger winds than we saw over the weekend, right?
Yeah, and a lot more rain, too. So most valley spots, about 3/4 of an inch of rain over the weekend. We could see up to 2 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. Rain has already started falling. The entire 80 corridor is now soaking wet. You go up above 6,000 feet in the Sierra. That's where you'll run into the snow. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. But there's plenty more moisture off the coast. This is yet another atmospheric river system, and it's going to hang around for a little bit too as we go through this evening. Yeah, look at that. Rain continues to fall. So by the commute tomorrow morning, we'll have already had 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. That means some big puddles on the roads. The freeways are going to have lots of spray on them, and it is just going to be some slower going. And make sure you slow down too. Make sure the headlights are on even once the sun comes up. Remember, it is state law that you need to have the headlights on if your wipers are going. But pay attention to the evening commute here. I think this could be a little worse off compared to the morning commute because the rain will have continued, but this is some heavier rain. You see this kind of line here from Yuba City down through Modesto? That's going to come in with some of the strongest winds of the day, gusts between 40 and 45 miles per hour. And again, that's hitting right around 4 or 5 o'clock, right as the evening commute is going. Seeing some gusts up in the Sierra right now. Winds will pick up in the valley tomorrow. Again, those gusts between 40 and 45. We'll talk more about snow in just a minute.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. Utility crews are gearing up for the possibility of damaged trees and power outages in the valley.
KCRA 3's Carolina Estrada's live force in Sacramento right now with how crews are working to keep the lights on for people tomorrow.
Yeah, Andrea, Golston, and you guys can see that rain already starting to pour here in Sacramento. It's kind of coming down a little harder, and we're already seeing some puddles forming. We have a drain here right now. The water's draining pretty quickly, but if there were to be more leaves on the ground, it could get clogged, and that could cause some ponding on the streets. Now, utility companies are really concerned about areas like this one, where we're seeing those power lines really close to the trees. They say that any downed tree or branches could actually cause those power outages, and so they say they're going to have their crews ready to respond in case any of this happens. With rain and wind moving into the valley, Northern California residents are gearing up.
Our power lines run right under this huge tree here.
A big concern is reducing the risk of downed trees.
I've had damage to my house from trees landing on my house, so that kind of like taught me a lesson.
They come back and trim the limbs regularly and make sure the lines are clear, which has helped a lot with making sure that we don't lose power actually during the storms.
Utility companies like SMUD and PG&E are also preparing by maintaining their equipment and managing vegetation.
That means pruning and removing trees along our power lines.
Paul Moreno says PG&E crews will be ready to respond to any outages in its service area.
We're making sure we have adequate staffing available.
Moreno says they're monitoring all areas that could be affected.
So expecting quite a bit of weather, quite a bit of winds, but we're ready for it.
Either way, he says customers should prepare too.
Make sure you keep your electronic devices like cell phones and tablets fully charged and have a flashlight with fresh batteries or a battery-operated lantern.
And they say a safety tip that's important in case of a potential power outage is to use a flashlight instead of a candle due to the fire risk. And really, we can see those power lines really close to those branches here on 18th Street and Age. And so they say if there is an outage in your neighborhood, it's really important to report it to these companies immediately. Live in Sacramento, Carolina Estrada, KCRA 3 News. Back to you guys.
All right, Carolina, thank you. Up in the high country, we are tracking the snow that's coming down. It's a wet mix. It's a live look at Interstate 80 near Kingvale, and you can see the precipitation there and the lights reflecting off the roadway there. That snow making for some slick driving conditions. So, yeah, looking kind of messy up there, Heather. I know you're tracking this.
Yeah, messy is a good word for it, and it's going to stay that way likely through at least tomorrow evening. You can see here the snow is steadiest on radar up over Interstate 80. We've had on and off light snow showers along Highway 50, so no chain controls on 50 or 88 at this point, but we do now have chain controls from Cisco Grove to Truckee. And I do expect it to stay that way through at least tonight and certainly through tomorrow. Snow level is going to change during the day tomorrow. It is going to go up to about 7,000 feet. That is still low enough to have snow accumulating at Donner Summit. So this is the forecast for the summit. Temperatures staying in the mid-30s. It is going to be windy, and that snow may actually pick up in intensity as that last little line of moisture comes through between about 5 and 8 o'clock in the evening. Wednesday dries out, but a bigger snowstorm coming up on Thursday. We'll talk more about that in a bit.
All right, sounds good, Heather. Thank you so much. KCRA 3's Andres Valle is live in Kingville right now. So, Andres, I know you've been there throughout the evening. Snow really picking up compared to the last few hours, right?
Yeah, when you last saw me at 7 o'clock, we were dealing with the rain, a little bit of sleet, but as you can see, the snow is continuing to fall. And I do have to mention, really it started picking up within the past half an hour, so I was able to make a snowball, but it's still kind of a slushy consistency. But for the most part, even in this Shell parking lot, about an inch or so, or at least maybe even an inch and a half, has kind of accumulated within the past hour or so. A lot of this was rain. Of course, we're in Kingville and the elevation's about 6,000 feet. Now, this Shell gas station has already closed up shop, but they're expecting for a busy day tomorrow when chain controls go into effect. Winter weather expected in the Sierra as Caltrans crews prepare for a busy week ahead.
If you're heading up to the mountains, tonight or tomorrow, please bring chains and expect a long drive.
The Caltrans maintenance yard in Kingville filled with crew members fueling up snowplows Monday night. Caltrans anticipates chain controls will go in effect once road conditions worsen, and people in the area are asking drivers to be careful ahead of the snow.
If you don't know how to do it, don't. We're supposed to get a lot of snow. Something's going to happen.
Alex Lopez works at this Shell gas station in Kingville. He says they expect to be busy on Tuesday once chain controls go into effect.
We're the last stop before the crossing of the summit down into Truckee. So between here and Truckee, there's nowhere that really sells chains. It's no man's land. So if Caltrans lets you past this point, this is their last final check to really say, get ready.
Lopez says the store will do its best to accommodate those who need to buy chains and shares this advice for those who might need to purchase them.
We need your 7-digit tire size.
And once the snow stops, Caltrans wants to remind drivers that there could still be lingering delays.
I mean, that's kind of a misconception. That people think that when storm passes or even when it's sunny, that chain controls will just be automatically dropped. That's not always the case. So sometimes after big storms, it takes half a day maybe for chain controls to drop even after the storm has passed.
Now, we've already seen actually Caltrans crews kind of going through this area. If we pan over here, you can see them actually working to clear some of that snow live here in Kingville. But this Shell gas station did tell me that they plan on staying open, even though they already closed up for the night. Once chain controls go into effect tomorrow morning, more than likely in the overnight hours, they plan on staying open until those chain controls are dropped by Caltrans. But Caltrans also wants to give this advice to drivers: if you plan on driving along I-80 overnight or tomorrow, please pack those emergency essentials like bottled water, extra blankets, because you may be stuck in this parking lot until Caltrans is able to clear the roadways, because they can, close the highway at any point depending on the weather conditions. Live here in Kingville, Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, we've seen those impacts from those closures before. Andres, thank you so much. Some great advice there. And chains are now required on I-80 from Cisco to Truckee. You can track weather updates where you live with the KCRA 3 app. We also have an interactive radar where you can see the expected impact to your neighborhood. Be sure to turn on those notifications to get real-time updates.